As you see from the title of the video, this video will be mainly describing my personal experience and my overall understanding on I get atheist, but at the same time, I understand religion as well. And growing up religious has really brought to me, and going back into it has really opened up my eyes and just went like, crazy how things work in the end. But no. So to begin things off, growing up, I was, extremely religious. I kind of disliked it because one, as a kid, you want to do, kid activities, you want to go outside, you want to go play the park, you want to play your video games, all that stuff. I went to church from, I think, kindergarten all the way to fourth grade, if not third grade, just every Sunday and Wednesday. Due to me going to a, private school with, very religious background, very Catholic, I grew up Catholicism, I was baptized. I am very happy and I am very proud of that. Thank you to my mom and thank you to my dad. And later on in life, I kind of realized I really didn't like going to church because, it was relatively boring. Now, growing up, I did enjoy hearing the stories, hearing about, Jesus, hearing about the different scriptures and stuff. And later on, I watched videos of different religions, different mythologies, and that's how I get into, Greek, Chinese, Japanese, Aztecs, so on and so forth. But to bore you with the details, I'm just going to straight into it. I became somewhat of an atheist throughout my middle school years, only because I kind of got into the environment of I didn't like church and I hated going to church and I hated just learning about most of religion. Also in high school, like my first 2 years of high school, I just downright did not like religion. Even when I was meeting my wife, I did not, enjoy religion. I actively said to her and her sisters, hey, I am an atheist. And kind of looking back at it, I do regret that a lot. And saying that now, it does hurt me a bit because I couldn't believe that I actually fell for that and actually told myself that. But from my perspective, I looked at it face value and looking back at it entirely and just really the events kind of sucked. Like I was very upset, very sad person going through like a lot of weird relationships, going through a lot of weird, trial and error, whether it be, friends, family, school, all that. And just, I didn't really have a lot of grounding and footing. I was fairly upset. I didn't really have like a lot of aspirations aside from me just playing video games, eating food, and just the occasional, all right, I'm awake, let's go to school. I didn't, a lot of things, it kind of sucked. I didn't have faith in anything. I was very much, I would pray occasionally for food, and my dad would just like slap me on my hand or my back of the head, just like, hey, pray. And I feel like that weird hopelessness, that weird sense of I got nothing going for me. I have no plans, no nothing. It just builds up more of like, atheism or whatever the word is for it, and you just build resentment for it. You build a resentment towards people around you, religion itself, and it's like it's stupid. And then I looked at it, it's like, why are you doing this? He's not real. If he was real, he would have been doing this for me, or he would have projected something onto me or helped me carry through. Kind of that logic of like, God is real. If God is real, he would have done this for me, he would have done that for me. But I looked into it more and like started, actually reading the Bible, which a lot of people really don't do, and actually looked into it and was like, all right, he gives you the guiding stones, or he gives you, a few pebbles, but you gotta throw them yourself to actually put them in the water, if you get what I'm saying. I'm not good with abbreviations. I'm sorry, man. I'm learning, all right? But it did affect my relationships. And the thing is that, I was very, not dismissive, but I was very emotionally attached, but also emotionally distant when it came to a few things. Plus, you're a dumb, angsty teen. I didn't really know any better. I didn't like a lot of things happening. I didn't like school at all. I did not like most of my environments. I really did not like a lot of things happening middle school and like high school kind of career. It was an interesting time. You had to be there. I will tell more stories in the future. And plus, I do understand atheists in a way. Plus, I was a bit of a wise ass when it came to it. It's like, oh, if God is real, why is there evil? All that, hypothetical shit and all that stupid shit people say. It's like, man, why did I say that? But no, I do understand atheists in some regard when it comes to that, negative experience with it. I don't like it when people push religion onto other people. Like my wife's sister did that to me when I was, as an atheist or so-called atheist, right? She, pushed that shit onto me. I'm like, yo, chill out. I'm not trying to do that now. I'm not trying to learn this. I'm not trying to understand this. It's fine. Just leave me alone. And she kept pushing. And I'm like, that made me resent religion, all right? And as I said earlier in the video, the constant going to church, the constant every Sunday and Wednesday, man, that took I understand putting faith in, people, but man, that really built up over time. And I'm like, man, I just needed a break from it. As in every major religious event, Lent, I enjoyed Lent. I'm gonna be real. Growing up as a kid, I really do enjoy Lent because they would go around, tell the story of how Jesus was crucified, and they broke it up. They did it inside the church where they tell the story. We all like look at these, I believe, stained glass paintings, and we will, read the scripture for it, and then pray and do like a little praying song together, and then move on to the next one. It would be 4 of those, and then we continue the next week, I believe, or the next day, do 4 more of those, and then the next week or the next day do 4 more of those until we completed, I believe it was all 12 sections, if not 16. I'm not entirely sure. And before people say, you probably say the same stuff about people that say religious on the streets, have those big speakers and stuff. No, not really. I don't mind those people. It's just my thing is that if you want to, preach religion, if you want to go out there and teach religion, please do so. Just don't force it on people that are like, all right, cool, I'm fine. It's like those door to door. What do they call it? Televangelist, right? Is that the word for it? Where they go door to door? It's like, hey, take this. I'm like, I'm good. Wait, sir. No, televangelists are those scammers, man. The Jehovah Witnesses. That's what I'm talking about. I don't really enjoy them. I had 3 people knock on my parents' house one day, or throughout an entire week, and I'm like, I'm not answering the door anymore. I'm very scared of people I don't know. Mind you, I'm like 15 at this time, and I'm like, I ain't answering that. But I will say that being in a relationship with my girlfriend, now wife, really kind of brought it to a whole perspective. All right, she tried to introduce me to religion. She didn't force it, but she said it would be nice for me to go, and I was like, all right, cool. And so we did. Personally, I don't like, those big mega churches with like all like the singing, the overall like loud ambience of it. I just like a simple, little church. We sing, stand up, sing, sit down, read the scripture, stand up again, read it again, then just kneel, get some bread, get some wine. Don't drink the wine. I regret doing that too. A lot of lips, a lot of lip to lip. Ugh. Ask my parents that, hey, why did you put us in, why did you, take us to church? Why did you, do all this for us? And, she grew up very religious as well, big family. And she said to instill something in you. And same with my dad. I asked him that question too. He's like, well, it was your mother's idea. It was also my idea, because he doesn't go to church. I'm like that too. I do pray. I do read the scripture from time to time. I do watch some videos about it. Which, hey, major shout outs to Wendigoon, man. God bless you and your family. Thank you so much, man. I really enjoyed the entire series you did covering the entire Bible. Really, really great stuff. Thank you, truly. But no, my dad and my mom just took us to church and just instilled something in you, a belief in something which, hey, God is real. Every other religion talks about him. He was a real figure. And same with Jesus. He was a real figure. And hey, God bless him. God bless you all. And I hope if you are an atheist to try to understand more religion, try to read into it a bit more, try to look at the history of it, and have a good day, have a great time.